Good afternoon, Campos family. Thank you for coming in. Renaya, Jordan, Josiah, Julio. Today, I brought you in because I want to discuss with you some teaching for a sedentary lifestyle. Now, if you don't know what the sedentary lifestyle means, I will tell you. It's like the funny word that everyone uses, like a couch potato, that you're sitting down and you're getting brown. But I'm going to give you the basis today of what an actual sedentary lifestyle is. From our last assessment that we had with the interview, you all had given me some really positive things about your family, how you get along, and you have really great time sitting down together and laughing and playing games. And you also told me about things that may cause some risks to you guys and can pose, danger on your health. One of those things was the sedentary lifestyle. What is a sedentary lifestyle? Okay, I have my PowerPoint up. So a sedentary lifestyle, as you see here, is a term used by medical professionals to describe a person that doesn't engage in physical activities or exercise. Forms of activities are passive, like things that are passive, like you're playing a video game, watching television, sitting in an office at a desk for hours. Due to COVID, a lot of us are sitting at our desk at home, not doing anything that is an active nature. So that is a sedentary lifestyle. Okay, moving on. What are some characteristics of a sedentary lifestyle? Average daily physical activity is less than recommended. Physical deconditioning. So physical deconditioning means that you're not even conditioning your body to get active, to start moving, and things like that. Preference for activity low in physical engagement. That one is funny to me. Preference for activity low in physical engagement. So maybe you'd like to go to the park, but you want to go to the park and you want to sit down on the bench and you want to read. Is there anything wrong with reading? No, there's nothing wrong with reading. How about you get the book and you walk around the park? And you walk around the park reading the book. That would actually build your mental and your physical, so you're getting some type of activity. Low interest in physical activity and exercise. This one is really interesting to me, the low interest in physical activity and exercise, because it doesn't have to mean that you aren't motivated in some ways. It can necessarily just mean that your interest is because maybe you have a lot of things going on in your life which causes you to not be able to exercise. Maybe, just maybe, you have a lot of things, weighing you down mentally and emotionally that causes you to have this low interest in physical activity and exercise. These are things that we're going to work on and talk about as we go through and be able to motivate you guys to get active and to get pumping. Insufficient resources for physical activity. Insufficient resources. Maybe you don't have a gym, or the park is a long distance, you don't have a bike, you don't have things to get you active, to make you motivated. When we go further into the slide, I'll talk about some of those things that can get you active without you even having to pick up some of the equipment that I have brought here today for us to go through this PowerPoint with. Desired outcomes and objectives that I have for you all. I'd like for you to increase the awareness or knowledge on the importance and benefits of physical activities or exercises. Identify necessary precautions and safety concerns and self-monitoring techniques. Engaging in the planned exercise program. Increasing gradually in the performance of the planned activity or exercise. Improve physical, mental, social, and emotional functioning of the body. These two down here are really important. Increase gradually in the performance of the planned activity or exercise. When we start going, we start to think, you know what? I gotta run fast, and I gotta run a distance. No, you don't have to do that. You haven't done that in years, or maybe not at all. If you try to go that fast, that quick, you will burn out, and your motivation will also burn out. Improve physical, mental, social, and emotional functioning of the body. Now, in order to get physical, I'm going to be honest with you. You have to improve your emotional stability first. In order to get physical, you have to improve your mental stability first. Can you pause it? Desired outcomes and objectives, like what I was talking about, to improve physical, mental, social, and emotional functioning of the body. You need emotional to improve your mental, and you need your mental to improve physical. Social is very important for physical engagement. The reason why is you have someone to encourage you. You are a family of 4. You guys already said that you get along and you laugh and you have fun in the living room around the television. So now that you have a social engagement with someone in a social environment, you guys can encourage one another to play. What's that? Not just play games sitting on the couch. Maybe you guys can play a game of tag outside. Look at the adults. A game of tag. But it's fun, it'll get you active, and it's 20 minutes. You run, you catch somebody, you run and you catch again. That doesn't have to be the only game. You guys can play games that are active, like Twister. Twister is an active game. You have to be interactive, you have to move your body, and you can get some good stretches in. Twister is a good game. All right, this slide. I'm gonna move this. I don't want to fall. This slide. Get motivated. Now I put that up there because where do we get motivation from? How do we get motivated? Music, friends and family, thinking about what's positive, eating right. Those are things to get motivated. What gets you motivated? Is it riding a bike? Or is it reading before riding a bike? I'm going to tell you, when I go to the gym and I'm all worked up and I want to work out, you know what gets me motivated? Music. I like Nicki Minaj. I say that she has beast music. She makes me want to work out. Importance of exercise and activity. It promotes weight loss, increasing the body's energy. It improves muscle tone, better heart function through normal blood circulation, reduces stress and anxiety, and gives you energy. Mom, you work from home. You probably work from a computer, in a chair. That's okay. This is probably what you do all day. I understand you have to work. When you're like this, nothing's circulating. Nothing. If you have to have a phone call, nowadays I'm guessing that all of us have cell phones in our home, and our work has given us cell phones. I think you told me that your work has given you a cell phone. When you're on a call, you can get up out of the chair and walk back and forth on your call. That's active. That's not sedentary. You're getting it moving. You're getting it going. While you're at your computer and you're typing, there's a little exercise that you can do with your heels. You can go up and down, up and down, up and down. The entire time, you're building calf muscles. You're getting some type of circulation. The importance of exercise is it gives you energy. So once you get up from that chair and you've done all of that, your blood is circulating, it's still pumping, your body is warm, you are ready for the next task in your day. I want to go over interventions with you all. An intervention is something that you can do and you can make goals to accomplish these interventions. Start activities slowly. 10-minute walks per day. Increase the speed and time weekly until reaching a full hour. Remember we talked about in the beginning, don't be going and then you're exhausted for the rest of the week. 10-minute walks. Jog in place. Look at that. So simple for 10 minutes. And then up the ante. Keep a record of this activity. Why? Because as the program advances and you keep your record of progress, it does some things. It makes you happy. It builds self-esteem, builds trust, and you know that it's working. So you have trust that this exercise regimen is working. The entire family should get engaged. It provides companionship, and it helps to gain confidence and motivation to continue and complete the exercise. Join a local gym or exercise group and meet. Plan to meet in the park 3 times a week. Meeting new friends may increase engagement in different ways. Now, for the young ones, the 14-year-old and the 7-year-old, you guys have friends. Have fun games surrounded around activity outside, like riding your bikes, racing with your bikes, play racing. You can play different games like hopscotch. I don't know, that's an old game. I played that when I was a little girl. You know the game where you go 1, 2, 3, 4. You can do that. Just get active. What are some health risks? I want to go over the health risks. These are very important for the sedentary lifestyle, for just sitting around. You burn fewer calories. In our assessment, you discussed with me and I discussed with you that you all enjoy snacks, sugary snacks. The health risks to being inactive plus sugary snacks is, I didn't put it here, but I'm going to say it. Diabetes. Diabetes. With the health risks, you burn fewer calories, gain more weight, and it affects your metabolism, and you will have trouble breaking down all those sugars that you ate earlier before. You can lose muscle strength when the muscles aren't being used. You have bone weakness, mineral loss, a weakened immune system. You're at risk for obesity, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, and stroke. They're continued. The health risks are continued. Metabolic syndrome, type 2 diabetes, we just talked about, certain cancers like colon, breast, and uterine cancer, increased feelings of depression and anxiety. Mom, we talked about anxiety when it comes to cleaning up and chores. Exercise. Exercise will help you to reduce some of that anxiety when it comes to starting your day. And you'll probably have some questions. What can I do and how can I get started? Set goals, small goals, not big goals. I'm going to do a 10-minute walk today. I'm going to do a 10-minute walk tomorrow. I'm going to do a 5-minute walk tomorrow. As long as you get your goals and set them, you will be okay. Start slowly. Slow and steady wins the race. Do you guys remember the story of the rabbit and the hare? Who won the race? Was it the hare or was it the turtle? It was the turtle. The rabbit ran, quick, ran. He was so exhausted from moving so fast, because he's a hare, he's fast. He took a nap. And the turtle came around, moving the same pace that he was moving, and walked right by the hare. Gradually add more exercise. So, let's say you're jogging in place for a week. Then you're like, you know what? I think I'm going to jog in place now next week with some lightweight bells. These are 10 pounds. You can get 3 pounds, you can get 5 pounds, and jog in place for that 10 minutes. You added something. You added something to increase your muscle strength. All right. Eventually, get the recommended exercise for your age. Adults need at least 150 minutes of activity each week. Children ages 3 through 5 should be active throughout the day, making structured play a goal. And for this young 14-year-old girl and this 7-year-old boy, children and teens need 60 minutes of physical activity each day. For the 14-year-old, I know that you guys love your cell phones. And I happen to know how much you love Grey's Anatomy. You go on your phone, walk around while you're watching your phone. Look how easy this is. It's easy. Look. Walking, and then you're just watching. Walk the whole house. You have stairs. Walk your stairs while you're watching. Be careful. You see that? That's easy. While getting active. What are some objectives that we have here? Patient will identify factors that reduce activity intolerance. So, what is causing you to be intolerant? Maintain activity levels within capabilities. We talked about that before. Don't go overboard at first. Stay within your range. And then as you build the momentum and you build the muscle tone and you build, that's when you can start going further. Verbalizes and uses energy conservation techniques. There are some things called breathing techniques. You can get yourself a little yoga ball or you can do it on the floor, doesn't matter, but you can breathe in. Breathe out through your mouth. So you're breathing in through your nose. And you're breathing out through your mouth. Those are things to help you conserve some energy. Stretching can help. You're not overexerting yourself, but you're also stretching your muscles and you're getting that blood circulation. Those are things that you can do. Okay? Exhibit an increase of motivation and good attitude towards a more active life is something that I want you all to embrace. When you have like a bad attitude and you're like, oh, I don't want to do this, but I have to do this. Remember we talked about mental? So you're setting your brain up for failure. But if you're like, yeah, let's get started, let's get moving, and then you put on some music that you really like, and you just get moving. It's motivation. Oh, look at that. Whatever your music is it rap, jazz? So you see? That gives you a good attitude, music does. So try to incorporate that in your exercise. Patient is able to provide verbal feedback in response to activity level. So once you guys are getting motivated and you're getting up and you're starting to do your thing, I'd like to hear how it's making you feel. Mom, you told me you bought a bike. Fabulous! I'm excited about that, and when you start riding it and you get on it and you're able to explain to me how it's making you feel, set goals. Set goals of how far you want to ride and how great it's making you feel. The number one thing that was positive is that you took that step and you bought the bike. That means that you're no longer thinking about it. Now you're in action. I appreciate it. Patient is able to perform basic activities without exhaustion. So, we are past the 10 minutes of jogging in place. Now we're 30 minutes of jogging in place, lifting weights, doing the roll ball, doing some jump rope, and little baby 6-year-old boy, you love the game. Walk around while playing the game. All right. Evaluation. Regularly interview, communicate, and discuss with the patient concerns related to their activity, intolerance in order to address problems and determine the root cause of their activity intolerance. Assess mobility level prior to exercise, stretching, or other interventions to ensure the patient does not injure or overstress him or herself. So when you're working out, you have to make sure that you're not overexerting yourself or doing different positions that you know that you cannot do. You do them according to what your body will allow, and again, you start gaining strength as you go along. Encourage physical activity, develop proper patient exercise programs, and ensure they are followed regularly to help prevent muscle atrophy and strengthen the patient's cardiovascular system, that's the heart. Physical activity can also have a positive effect on the patient's psychological status. Remember, we talked about you have to have a great mental attitude to be able to even exercise. So when you have that great mental attitude, it makes you exercise more. Assist patients with planning and scheduling activities and provide direct feedback on performance and improvements. We talked about once you guys get started and you start scheduling your activities for a week in, we're going to talk about it, and we're going to talk about how it makes you feel and what you're going to do to improve. Educate patients on lifestyle choices, healthy habits, and the importance of regular physical activity in daily life. So, you guys eat a lot of sugars and you have a lot of snacks. I understand sugar is great, tastes yummy. However, that's part of a healthy lifestyle choice. You can start taking out certain things. You want a piece of candy, replace it for a fruit. That type of sugar, that type of fruit gives you energy. If you want something sweet, instead of going all out for some yummy sweet ice cream, replace it for a low-fat yogurt. Healthy habits will increase if you stay motivated and you continue. Instead of calling things diets and calling things regimens, call them a lifestyle. I have a funny picture here at the end. Couch potatoes. It's funny, but in real life, when we start to behave this way and we can't change it and we're not able to tweak it, we become a real couch potato. The reason why I picked this picture, because I wanted to show you, he has a pot belly here, and one side of the couch is sitting up, and the other side is sagging. And he's doing what? Watching the television. And he has maybe a beer or a soda, something with calories and carbs in his hand. And he's not doing much. So he's continuing to gain weight, but also give himself more calories while not being active. This is very serious, and we have to take it seriously in order to be the best us that we can be. Now, if you give me a moment, I'd like to show you a video, a quick video of some exercises that you can do on your own at home. spelling quick wrong. Sorry. They have all of these things on YouTube too. So if you don't feel comfortable without leaving your home, you can go on YouTube and do it there. Gardening, those types of things. Those are all things that can work. It doesn't have to mean that you have to leave out of your house and go outside and work out. Look at this, a beginner 5-minute walk. So take in consideration that you can also do miles in your living room. That's what technology has done for us these days. And I'm just going to show you about a minute of it just so you can get an idea. And you can do these things as a family.
Warming up, all we do is go over the 4 easy
Let's try it together. And then you can understand that it's okay. So she's moving her arms and she's moving her legs and she's getting that blood pumping and getting that blood circulating.
A little bit of a power walk. The body's getting warm, muscles get warm, body temperature goes up. You feel that the joints start to move more freely. Little lubrication comes to those joints. And that's how you feel good.
All right.
Full range of motion.
I appreciate you guys for coming in. And my name again is Nurse Wardali. You can come to me with all of your questions or anything like that. But you guys did great, and thank you.